not techno and beers only. You can get to see this and drink sparkling water as well.
I thought that it made more sense as a brand to just call it Calypso, because anyway it's the way we refer to it all the time. It's Calypso this, Calypso that, Calypso gang, Calypso cares. And so as a brand I think Calypso is it's just a stronger word. Obviously the 149 is something that we were all kind of attached to and kind of like it, but if we have to think that it probably makes more sense to just go with Calypso. So we're trying to do everything as much as possible in-house, everything from the photo shooting to the rebranding to the organization of the party to come and building up to organizing the hotels for everyone. Everything is done with with people who are within the community, who are our close friends, and well, that's part of the spirit, part of the way things work around Calypso. To be honest, couldn't be happier with the final result, as I am pretty much with everything. And,
the calm before the storm.
Everything started here in Luxembourg. Me and Paolo, we were trainees together, and then Paolo moved to London, and that's what when I came there to visit him, I was actually part of the first Calypso, the Calypso Zero in 2015, and from that moment he was definitely the bridge with Gonzalo, and this is where all started basically.
I think he came the first time to a party that was not even Calypso, it was before that in London. And then he came to the last Calypso in Frankfurt just to confirm that he was happy to host us over here. And so that's how it all started. Again, friends of friends, that's kind of how it flows.
Well, basically before the last edition in Frankfurt, a couple of DJs came here, and the day before coming to the Calypso in Frankfurt, we had let's say a small pre-party here, and it turned out that the basement was really fit for the purpose, and that's why they suggested to do it here, and I'm more than happy to welcome. Compared to the Calypso Zero, which was something like with probably 50-60 people, not so organized, then a lot of progress has been made, and now we're here in Luxembourg 2-3 years after, expecting more than 200 people and more than 25 nationalities, people joining from all over Europe, so that's what it's gonna be. This basement has been hosting many parties. I've been living here 3.5 years. Now it's time to change house, and we had to do an unforgettable, epic farewell.
First this one, yeah.
Calypso is a movement, just like any other movement that brings people together, but it's just better than any other movement. Calypso brings people together like this.
Proper stuff. Put things right. With your Swiss Army knife.
Shit is gonna go out of control.
venues don't get that many people, but we've had big names playing here since I was a teenager. I can remember back in 97, 98, seeing Jeff Mills play here and all the big techno stars from Detroit. So we've had big headliners playing here all the time. Obviously the techno scene is small, but yeah, there are good nights. The crew I'm with now at the moment, Lauter Unfug, they do quite big parties as well. For the size of the country, it's okay. For me, it's just like these Portuguese guys that do parties all over the world in people's houses, and pretty cool concept from what I can gather. And I thought, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
It's something that's still amazing me. I was looking yesterday when we were putting the party up. I was looking around and we had like 10 people around me, like came from like different cities, flew in here. I mean, as Fredinho said before, it's all about passion, man. So, I mean, something that really moves me. I feel really proud and happy about it.
Zero.
Pra esquentar aí o ambiente. Então, e se acusar o cara que tá chegando tarde, o cara foi buscar o puto do gelo pra gente, pai, pra ir beber o shopping, né?
Obrigada.
There you go. Music is life, video is life.
maybe hopefully getting back my deposit of my rent.
Well, apparently they brought a piece of food in the garden. It's like something like 80 kilograms. And they said it was just one guy.
Carrots everywhere. Carrots everywhere, literally. They ate everything that was in the fridge except the rocket. They didn't touch.
Great success.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. Anytime.
Thanks for coming.
What for you next time?
Well, we reach a point where it's becoming really hard to scale Calypso, because I mean obviously all of us live in houses with 2-3 rooms max, which can host like a limited number of people. I mean we have in London 210 people, in Frankfurt 200 people I believe. Here I think today is going to be the biggest one for sure. It's going to be way above 220 people. We have, to my knowledge, more than 80 people flew to Luxembourg just on purpose for this. So, well, it's becoming really hard to scale, which means we need to find other spaces, I mean our houses, because unfortunately we don't know Leonardo DiCaprio or Cindy Crawford. We don't know anyone with houses with like 21 rooms and living rooms the size of like airport lounges. Our option is to find unusual spaces, not clubs, not bars, because I think that's, I mean, people have enough offering on that, and so we need to find bigger spaces, unusual, I don't know, abandoned shopping malls, abandoned warehouses that look good and where we can make things happen, and then places where we can host like 500,000 people and then just go and skyrocket. Join the crew, find us online, find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook, join us, come along, join the train. Calypso is ready to take off and everybody's welcome on board. We gather, we dance, we care. I hope you liked it. See you in Porto.